So it's 2024, almost 2025, and there are still insane Baku Deku shippers getting outraged because now Horikoshi has come out with a new panel that depicts Deku getting with Ochako. This, of course, crushing their dreams of Bakugo and Deku getting together, which was, let's be honest, completely nonsensical to begin with. But hey, if they want to ship something, fine, go ahead. But when they get all mad and then rage tweet at Horikoshi, which is what's happening now, I mean, it's just pathetic stuff. They're calling him misogynistic and trying to get some like giant group together to go on a mass blocking spree, blocking Horikoshi as if he would even care. But yeah, they're trying to cope extremely hard with this news. I'll show you some of the biggest tweets, but first, let me just add on to something from yesterday's video about Drama Queen. And this actually will also kind of tie in with My Hero Academia, so I guess that works out pretty well. Anyways, if you saw yesterday's video, you know I mentioned near the end that I was running out of time and I was extremely rushed to get the rest of the video out, so much so that I did not have time to comment on the rest of what I was reading. And in my haste, I forgot to bring up this point. Around the 9-minute mark, I discussed how I don't care that people are offended by Namamoto eating the aliens, killing and eating aliens, as long as she's entertaining. The part that I'd like to add on to is, hypothetically, even if there's this spin on the manga where the aliens actually do end up being innocent and Namamoto is this evil alien murderer who just wants to eat them now, which may or may not happen. I mean, there's only one chapter out. We need to see where this thing goes. But anyways, regardless, I would be completely fine with that as long as she's once again still entertaining. I don't care if she's a hero or a villain, as long as it's amusing. This is essentially the same thing I said around the 9.5 minute mark, but I forgot to make that caveat of like the hypothetical part. This was a big point of contention because there were a lot of people who were offended, being like, you can't like this because Namamoto's really evil, the aliens did nothing wrong, despite evidence to the contrary being presented in chapter 1. But yeah, even if there ends up being some twist, doesn't change anything for me. I can absolutely root for Namamoto, even if she's freaking crazy, like alien serial killer girl. And so tying in with My Hero Academia and villains, it should be no surprise that I do like heroic characters. I mean, the name here on the channel is literally Hirohei. But I can also very much enjoy villains. I would say I've got a pretty even split, like 50-50 of my favorite characters being either heroes or villains. This is part of why I've really enjoyed the web novel Worm. And returning to Hero Aka, as a matter of fact, Shigaraki's a character I found boring for like 80% of my watch of Hero Aka, but towards the end of the anime, he began to become like my favorite character just because the dude had so much confidence and such an entertainment factor. So much so, as a matter of fact, that I actually began wanting Shigaraki to win for him to achieve his goals. Even if that means killing any hero he wants to kill, whatever, fine, go ahead. Let's just see an ending where Shigaraki actually wins. I think that would be way more memorable. It doesn't help that I also just got bored of a lot of the heroes in Hero Aka. Anyways, on to the raging Baku Deku shippers. Fandom Pulse writes, disordered My Hero Academia shippers seethe and accuse mangaka Kohei Horikoshi of misogyny. So yeah, once again, we've got this panel here. Deku and Ochako holding hands. Heroes will have time to kill. And then showing this hilarious rage tweet. The ending of My Hero Academia is deeply rooted in misogyny, and we put far too much hope in a man. At the end of the day, Horikoshi is a man, and of course, he's going to give his main guy the girl in the end. It's character assassination and terrible writing, but we were naive to expect more. And the tweet getting over 2,500 likes. How is it misogyny for Deku and Ochako to be happy together? Hey, the woman is happy. That's gotta be misogyny. Like, bro, what are you talking about? But to be quite frank, I don't know what's more delusional. Accusing Horikoshi of misogyny over that, or saying it's character assassination. These people are so stuck in the Kool-Aid that they actually thought Deku and Bakugo's like literally gotta be canon. For him to actually date Ochako, that's gotta be character assassination. And if you're confused about why these guys are Baku Deku shippers, the username is literally Izu Katsuki. That of course being Katsuki Bakugo and Izuku Midoriya, and combining the two into a ship username. And check out this response. Someone says, I know dang well you are not speaking on misogyny right now. And posting an apparent prior response from Izu Katsuki that says, in all caps, I'm going to need 100 Izu Katsuki cheating fix. I don't care, I'm done. I need Brokeback Mountain. It comes off like they're joking, but also not joking at all. Clearly this person is upset. And they would get responses like, and with Uraraki as a profile pic is crazy too. The double standards is crazy. If gay and lesbian ships are not canon, then the author is misogyny. How can the author act like he knows the series? They can't be serious. She wants to paint herself as a feminist so badly here, when she's doing the exact opposite. Yep, a very common case with these sort of virtue signaling people. Fandom pulls then including another rage tweet, this one taking a different angle, reading, "You know, I think I gave Horikoshi too much credit. I kept thinking, there's no way he'd be so homophobic as to kill off the queer woman just to shove the woman she loved into a het romance. And now looking back, I feel like a fool, because this was his attempt at trans femme representation." Oh yeah, hey, isn't that the person that overhauled just like one shot and like splattered all over the place? They say numerous individuals began campaigning for a mass blocking campaign of Horikoshi on X. One user wrote, "You're dead to me." In response, another wrote, "We, as Baku Dekus, and Deku Bakus, should all come together and block him." The original poster replied, "Agreed." Like I said earlier, I'm sure he cares about this. Like, oh no, what's he gonna do? The highly successful mangaka is being blocked by some of these terminally online Twitter users. Oh my gosh, it's so over. Another user saying, "I'm so serious, let's mass block him." It wasn't done there though. Izukatsuki had a new tactic. Only 16 hours ago, making an entire thread on why they feel queerbaited. Horikoshi has constantly drawn sketches where Baku Deku are yearning after each other, as well as extremely intimate sketches with Toga, Ochako. However, chapter 431 is an antithesis to both of those ships, rubbing the undeveloped hetero ship in our faces, even using Katsuki and Himiko to further Izuchi. Himiko pushing Ochako to talk to Izuku after barely speaking for years, and having Katsuki's offer get pushed aside and ultimately make him play wingman for Izuku's romantic pursuit. Chapter 431 is a slap in the face after the open ending of chapter 430, which Japanese fans suggest reads like a Baku Deku proposal in some aspects. We also have multiple covers of Baku Deku, while not a single volume of the manga showcases or hints at Izuku Chako whatsoever. They are using their queer/Fujoshi audience to their advantage to boost manga plus merch sales. The average straight male My Hero Academia fan owns minimal merch. Perhaps a few figures here and there, maybe the manga. But the queer/neurodivergent community that has fixated on the manga for years due to its breaking the status quo, showcasing queer characters and pushing a message, that makes those who have been casted aside in society feel safe. We are the ones buying a large portion of merch, promoting the anime and manga, etc. Without these marginalized communities, My Hero Academia would not have gained nearly as much popularity. However, it's those communities that are victim in this unprecedented ending. How is this person serious? Sending threats to queer shippers and showing that they never digested the themes of Hero Aka because this series promotes love, kindness, acceptance, and forgiveness. I can't believe it is almost 2025 and these terminally online people are still using the word dude bro. That's so 2020. And so much of everything they posted just sounds like headcanon. This person is so delusional, it's insane. And bruh, queer stuff is mainstream and has been mainstream for so long. Saying this is like breaking the status quo, what a joke. And I know an argument can be made that that's more the case in the West and not in Japan. However, I would then say that the representation in Japan usually is better anyways. Let's also talk about the self-victimization here and how this person acts like they're so innocent and the other Bakudeku shippers and whatnot are so innocent when they're the ones who have routinely harassed people, sent like death threats to Horikoshi time and time again over the years. Now insulting the dude too, calling him all manner of buzzwords, trying to advocate people to make fan fictions where Ochako gets cheated on, but hey, these are the morally correct people, right? Now, I don't know if Horikoshi really wanted to write this ending or not. I don't know him personally, but what I do know is, if he willingly wrote chapter 431 and had no problem with it, it is queerbait, plain and simple. If not for the way he quite literally created Toga's character to make Izuku Ochako eventually in-game. Also for the way he constantly has drawn Baku Deku, plus Toga Chako in intimate settings, just to give us a bland, underdeveloped het ship implied in the end. And don't even get me started on why he refuses to straight up confirm Izuocha, a straight ship. Okay, so yeah, this is what happens when you make your entire life revolve around some random ship. Like, bro, get over it. None of this is that important. Once again, you're welcome to ship stuff and have fun with it, but this is beyond the point of having fun and into the point of obsession and delusion. But hey, I'm not trying to police people. Don't take that the wrong way. Like, this person can do whatever they want. Y'all can do whatever you want. I don't mean like don't do this. What I do mean is if you do this, you might end up like that person. And clearly this person is not well, to say the least, you know? Like, I feel bad for them, man. This is kind of disturbing. But yeah, that's the current situation with the Hero Aka update and these Baku Deku shippers. So let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you enjoyed my coverage, consider liking and or subscribing. Appreciate ya. And I'll see you in the next one.